Hey, it's Monday, August. What is it now? Oh, it's the 6th of August. Time just moves, doesn't it? It sure does. Gonna do, put a focus on some records because I've been so busy that I have not heard this all the way through yet, but I feel the need to talk about it and review it so that folks can know to pick it up, okay? And I have more stuff. I want to let you know, Greg, I received this. I've been recording all weekend in a studio with RAF. We actually booked 3 days in a studio out in the country, in this $1 million mansion owned by this couple. Very interesting. So I've been recording all weekend. We got the basic rhythm tracks done for the whole album, mainly the drums. We have scratch, bass, and guitar, but I'll probably be doing all the bass tracks over, and the guitars need to be done, then the vocals. But a week or so ago, I received a package from Brett Harold Hart. It included the new Moon Men. It included Double Thud and a new solo. I found it the other day, and now where is it? And another solo piece by Brett. I had it. Okay, so I just want to call some attention to these. There's that. Here it is. Okay, so much stuff. Okay. So the last package I got from Brett Harold Hart were these 3 CDs. Double Thud, which I still have only just begun to listen to. I can tell you this much, Brett, that I can tell from the way that this starts, and this is a lot of, apparently a lot of collaborations that you've done with people. This starts off super strong, super good. This starts off really good with you, Mark Stanley, and Ken Hyder of Talisker. Again, I'm blown away consistently with the people that you have been working with, and I'm proud to now count myself as one of them. So this starts off real strong, but I haven't listened to it in depth yet, so I can't really review it. Same with this one, honestly, Brett. Caterpillar Hedge, this one starts off like it's going to take me some time, so I haven't got there yet. What I can tell you about Moonmen right away, Uncomfortable Space Probe. This is a new band, and it includes Brett Harold Hart, Jerry King, and my man Dave Newhouse from the Muffins. Now I gotta say it like that because I've been a fan of the Muffins since I bought these records. When they first came out, I heard about the Random Radar label through my interest in Canterbury and progressive rock, and so I bought this when it came out. Muffins, 185. Fantastic American band. Muffins, Secret Signals. I still need to find time to really get into Secret Signals too. I just want you to see the Muffins. I really like this band, and they've done some great work. Here's my Muffins Mother Tongue. Thank you, Dave, for signing it. Muffins, y'all. They even worked with members of Sun Ra's band, the orchestra. What I want to say about the Moon Men right away is that this is a new persona. This is a new band. And since the first Moon Men CD, there's been progress. I've listened to the first 3 tracks. I love the way this starts. It starts off super strong. It makes me think of a King Crimson-like approach, where it's like subtle, 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 and then subtle, 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 then all of a sudden, bam. Okay? And so I don't want to waste too much more time thinking, well, I got to wait till I hear the whole thing to tell you to buy it. I can tell you now to buy this. Uncomfortable Space Probe. Moon Men also are into humor. The guys are very humorous if you follow them on the internet, on Facebook, you'll see that they're always posting silly stuff. The humor, after a while, goes past me. I'm not that interested, honestly, okay, in the humorous aspect of it. But the music is definitely there, and I keep showing it because I'm hoping that the algorithm will choose this for a thumbnail, okay? I just want you to know that this is something. Don't hesitate. Moonmen, get it, okay? I have a bunch of records sitting around. What haven't I told you about? Okay. So last night, after coming home and taking a nap and then getting up and just putzing around the house, I did play a whole side of this album by Wire. Change Becomes Us. Came out a few years ago. Again, a band that is wise. I think that's the word I want to use. I think that Wire are not more popular because their music is wise, and wisdom is not popular. Wisdom has to be sought and achieved. And so you kind of have to you have to meet Wire halfway instead of just stupid music, you know. When I say things like that, I'm not putting people down. I'm just telling it like it is, you know. A lot of what is popular and a lot of great numbers of people are just really, really mediocre and stupid. They are, you know. That's not a put down. That's a fact. Okay, so online, I noticed a couple of posts where people were posting a white marble vinyl version of Heathen by David Bowie. This is one of the David Bowie albums from recent times that I had missed out on getting when it first came out and really wanted. So I went out and bought it. I went out to Barnes & Noble and just said, just screw it. I'll survive. You know, I went and bought it because I wanted it. And this is a really good David Bowie album. It's not talked about much. I don't know why. This is a real nice 3-way fold-out cover. Real nice. Real nice. 180 gram white marble vinyl, or white with streaks. See those streaks, the black streaks? And I like this album. The song Slow Burn, very good David Bowie song. Almost a classic David Bowie song. This is actually really a good David Bowie album. So this is another one that I picked up recently, kind of celebrating the fact that, you know, I can. Here's one that goes back to the trades I did a while back at Randy's, I forget the name of the record Benders, okay? Here's one that I'd been interested in a long time, but never bought. Calliope, Steamed. This goes back to 1969, 1970. The days of psychedelic experimentalism going on with pop. Of note about this band is that one of the members is Danny O'Keefe. Again, some of you other old timers will remember that he had a big hit with the song Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. I still have the album in the closet because that whole album is good. There's a song on there called Magdalena. It's beautiful. So I'd always wanted to hear this album. Big disappointment. This album is like this is their beginnings. Danny O'Keefe sings a lot. He has not found his voice yet. There are passages of vocals on here that are embarrassingly out of tune, or, you know, the pitch is really bad. A lot of the singing is cringeworthy, really bad, in my opinion, really bad. Okay. But I'd always wanted to hear because it's on Buddha, a label I've always loved, and I like Danny O'Keefe. There are a couple of instrumental musical passages that are pretty cool on here, but mostly this was a big disappointment. But I finally get to hear it. I won't be hanging on to this if I can, you know, if it's still tradable. I told you about this, and then I posted it online, and Apparently, Lush Cosmetics is some kind of brand that's known in Britain. I knew nothing about them, but I really like this. I played side 1 and 2 again last night, was it? And I think it's worth it. There's only a few names that I recognize, Julie Tippett's being one. But when I hear the quality of the music on here, it's like there's got to be some name players who are working anonymously on this. Another one that I got in trade that I'd always wanted to hear and never got to from my childhood, Central Nervous System. Excuse me. This is a good example of what happened in the 60s when people jump on bandwagons. This was a white soul band who just knew that, well, the thing that's happening now is psychedelia and hippiedom. So they just made the record cover so it would appeal to that mindset. I Could Have Danced All Night. This is a white soul album. This is a white soul band. This is not psychedelic at all. Are they good? Yeah, they're pretty good. It's not what I'm looking for from the 60s. I'm not looking for white folks trying to sound black. I'm looking for people being original. But I finally got to hear it, and I own it for however long, until maybe I can trade it. But I got to hear it, so I'm glad for that. What else do I have here that I have not mentioned? Well, here's a couple records I pulled thinking I might get rid of them. These are some things I took chances on for cheap years ago. This is Cityscapes led by Doug Anderson on piano. And when you look at it, it looks like it could be either some cheesy new age or light jazz. It's better than light jazz. This is a keeper. This is good. It is on the jazz side, but it's not schmaltzy. These guys are really playing. This music has some depth. Cityscapes. This is good. This is good. Here's another one that I pulled thinking, maybe I'm going to get rid of this. No. Sunbathing in Leningrad by David Hayes. You ever heard of this? Do you ever see this when you're out looking for records? Have you come across this in the dollar bin, which is most likely what you would? It's worth more than $1. Primarily a guitar player on here. The compositions on the recording, the cover does it well. This is tasteful. This is better than Coffee Table. This is good. This is good music. It's healthy. Don't get me going, It's just a freaking shame that the only thing that makes big money is illness. Just look around you and look at what is making big money, and it's all dark and unwise. Here's another one I traded. I finally got Dune by Klaus Schultz, who just had a birthday. I think he's 71 now. Was real happy to get this one because it's got the inner sleeve and it is on one of my favorite labels, Brain. Narrated by Arthur Brown, Arthur Brown of Crazy World of Arthur Brown and Kingdom Come. This is a goodie. This is cool. Does it sound dated? Does that matter? No, this is great. This is a trip. Dune. Yeah. Okay, folks. I could go on and on and on. I want to make one comment about politics because I get pissed off with people making assumptions about what I say and assigning. I'm going to just say what I'm feeling, and if you don't like it or upset you, maybe you need to be. But I don't allow people to assign their stupid thoughts to things I say, okay? When I speak angrily about politicians, it's not stupidity. Anyone that's got looking with eyes open can see how horrible shape the world is in as a result of corporate politics. There is no democracy, and we don't get represented by this DT 45 president. It's not about personal hate. I went to school with people like him. He's in a position that he has no business being in. That's what my anger is about. The man is not a qualified leader, and he's hoodwinking everyone, and people who are still supporting them stupidly can't see that he doesn't represent them or their interests. He's trying to set shit up for his own personal financial interests. I don't hate him. I hate what's happening. And I hate how so many people seem to be on some kind of drugs or something that they can't see. Okay? That's my comment about that. I know nothing about some stupid fucking hate. The man is ridiculous. Politics. You know, my goodness. How much more obvious to me is it not that to still be on the two-party bandwagon, Dems versus Republicans, you're a fucking fool. We're not going to be getting any solutions to anything from that broken system. We just have to write it up because that's all we got, and as long as someone's benefiting from it, no real solutions will be sought. But don't expect me to say something other than what I see. And I tell you what I see. And that's what I'm going to tell you. Don't tell me to talk about what you see. Speak for yourself. I got nothing but love for my fellow human beings. I have a lot of justified anger, frustration, and disgust at the way things are going, at the hands of people who are in power. Okay? One more thing. You get me going. So this weekend, I recorded, RAF recorded in a studio owned by a couple who are rich. They live in a mansion, it's a multi-million-dollar home outside of the city on a lake. All the other houses are big, huge. I don't know how many thousand square feet, okay? The couple gave me a tour. I've been in mansions before. It's been a while, okay? Both of these people work hard. One of them has been working for PayPal for 15 plus years, and the wife has a real good paying job in graphics, okay? They work hard for the money. They put a lot of their personal time into their mansion and upgrading it, okay? So what I'm trying to explain to you is I don't have a problem with rich people or people being rich. My problem is with the complete out of balance that the 1/10 of 1% are hoarding. My problem is with how much corruption and hurt, harm, and blood is involved in the super rich maintaining that super richness, okay? That's my problem, okay? So I don't want to hear some stupid shit, okay, from anyone. I know what I'm speaking of, and I know what I'm happy about and what I'm unhappy with. That's fine that there's rich people. It's not fine that there's racism. It's not fine that there is built-in disadvantage for people of color throughout this world, especially in America. And you can show it over and over again, and you just get this crickets or, I don't see that. Well, if your ass ain't black or is living down in it, you don't see it, don't want to see it. Don't get me going, people, because I got something to say. I'll tell you about music, but I'll also share with you that this world is just a mess. We have every reason to be happy and pursue it and be happy in our personal lives. But I'm not going to help people be in denial of how things really are.